It's the start of a new year, and for me, that means a new bike. Say hello to my new Trek Emonda. After months of painstakingly playing with spreadsheets and agonising over specifications, to then pulling all of the parts together, my new bike is finally here. First off, I think it best we run through the specification. So, starting with the biggest piece of the puzzle, I decided to go for the Trek Emonda ALR frame set. It was launched in the middle of last year, and I have to say, it's been playing on my mind ever since it came out. And for a really long time, I was trying to just work out how I would actually build one of these frame sets up. As you can see, I decided to go for the Shimano Ultegra R8100 group set. In my opinion, it's the group set that best balances price against performance. I went for a 52-36 chain set with 170mm cranks, and then I paired that with an 11-30 tooth cassette. For me, these are ratios that do just work. I may switch that inner 36 tooth ring to a 38 in the future if I get any fitter, but at the moment, I'm really happy with the range that I have. The ethos of balancing performance and price can also be seen on the wheels, because these are the Hunt Aerodynamicist 32s. They come in at a claimed 1,213 grams, thanks in large part to the super lightweight carbon spokes. What this results in are some wheels which accelerate incredibly quickly and feel super snappy. But let's just hope that I don't actually snap them. I've paired these wheels with the new Specialized S-Works Mondo tyres. They're made up of the same rubber compound as used on the S-Works Turbo tyres, but have a much stronger casing, which makes them better for all-weather riding. And yes, I have set them up tubeless with some Silca sealant. I've opted for the valves that came with the Hunt wheels, and so far they have worked very well, but in time I may swap these out, but we'll see. Onto the finishing kit, and at the helm of the bike, I've opted for the Bontrager Aeolus RSL VRC integrated cockpit. I know, it's a very catchy name. The reason why I went for this cockpit over many others is because I really like how the bars deal with the brake hoses. On these ones, there's actually an external channel that runs on the outside of the bars for the hoses to sit in, and then it's held in place with a little cover. You get the benefit of a clean integrated look, but without the faff of needing to have everything on the inside. I've opted for a 38cm width bar with a 90mm stem, which is perfect for me. The bars also make use of Trek's Blender computer mount, which means that my Garmin integrates really cleanly and sits perfectly flush with the top of the bars. I went for the Supercaz Super Sticky Cush bar tape because it's my favourite and I've used it for years now. The other reason why I chose these bars is because they work really easily with a normal steerer tube, which means that I can play around with the height of the bars and then work out what suits me best. Granted, it is a little bit tricky moving them about as there's not a huge amount of give on the hoses, but with a bit of gentle manoeuvring, you can move them up and down much more easily compared to a much more integrated setup. Onto the seat post, and I've gone for the Trek RSL inline carbon seat post, to which I've mounted the Fizik Vento Argo 00 saddle, which is one that I swear by and absolutely love. But it's when you look a little bit closer that you'll see that I've bought a 3D printed rear light mount, which plays host to my exposure tracer. I absolutely love this mount because it attaches to the saddle rails and then holds the light really nice and high up, and it just looks so clean. I also really enjoy the fact that because the light won't be attached to the seat post itself, it won't be scuffing up and chewing up the carbon, meaning that the seat post should stay looking good for quite a long while. The pedals that I'm using are my Look Keo blades, the same ones that I've been running for about 8 years now, but I did give them a service recently and changed the retention clips and the carbon blades, and quite frankly, they're my trusty pedals. That's it for the full specification. As many of you know, I'm a really big fan of premium alloy bikes, and as bike prices continue to climb, I believe that top-end custom aluminium builds like this will start to make more and more sense. If you're looking for something which has a lot of the high-end touch points, then something like this could perform really well for you. When I was speccing this bike up, one of the big things that I was keeping an eye on was what the bike would end up weighing. And I can reveal to you now that for my 52cm frame in a full build with pedals, computer mount and bottle cage, it comes in at exactly 7.8 kilos. I think that's a very good weight, especially considering that come summer next year, when I fit some summer tyres, I'm expecting that weight to drop by another 150 grams. Pair that with some other changes that I'm planning on making, and I believe that this bike in summer will be weighing sub 7.5 kilos, which would be absolutely fantastic. For something with a second tier group set and an aluminium frame, I think that's really very good. Everything I'm saying now is all very complimentary of what I've created, but that's not to say that I don't have a few concerns, and those concerns mainly surround the wheels. This is the first time that on my personal bike I'll be running a hookless, tubeless setup with carbon spokes. Bikes I've tested in the past have had this same technology, but there's something about adopting the tech for yourself which adds in another layer of jeopardy. I'm going to be interested to see what my experience is like with that over the next 12 months. In reality, there's probably a very good chance that it will be flawless, and I was concerned over nothing. What I am very excited about though is taking this bike out onto my local rides, where I think it will work really well. I have a lot of rolling hills and some steep inclines, and I believe that this bike will tackle that parkour fantastically. But of course, only time will tell. It's certainly a great bike for winter, but I'll be keen to see if it leaves me hollow come summer. The final point to touch upon is price. How much does it cost to bring a bike like this into the world? Well, I've broken down the entire specification down in the description, and I've hunted for all of the best prices, and as of the 19th of December, which is when we're filming this video, it would cost £4,695.57 to build. In the US, that's a rough conversion of about $5,937, but prices for parts in the US will vary compared to what they are here in the UK. To be clear though, that price does not include the pedals, the bottle cage, the Garmin, or the rear light, and it doesn't include any labour to have the bike built up. I'm really happy with the value that this bike represents. Yes, it is a lot of money, and you can buy a fully built carbon bike for the same money. For comparison, Canyon makes the Ultimate CF SL8 Aero, which comes in at a very similar price point. A very similar claimed weight, but that one has a power meter. However, for a bike nerd like me, I've had the joy of choosing the perfect components in the perfect size to create something which I know balances price and performance while still being unique and perfectly tailored to the type of riding that I do. I'm really keen to hear what you all think of my new bike down in the comments below. Is there anything that you would have done differently? If you enjoyed the video, then please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you again very soon. It's the start of a new year, and for me, that means a new bike. Say hello to my new Trek Emonda. Oh! Woo! That did not go to plan. Let's try that again.